Hi everyone on the YouTube community. This is me, Pushkar, speaking from Perth, Western Australia. And I've got a news to share. I'm afraid this video could be intensely boring for many of you because it's around about my first time or second time uploading something on YouTube. So I'm going to discuss how I got over my chronic insomnia that lasted for 2 years. And there's very ancient esoteric science behind how it worked. I basically cured my chronic insomnia using kelp, and it was just like a bomb. It just magic pill is the right word. It just worked immediately. Imagine being without sleep for 2 years, and being totally wrecked and your life totally being destroyed, and here you have a simple kelp supplement that contains iodine, and I took a small dose of it, maybe about 300 to 500 micrograms of it, and it just cured it. Now so much for the solution, and I'm going to get into the esoteric science of how kelp helped cure my insomnia where everything else failed. Yes, I did use a lot of other things to kind of manage insomnia, like sun gazing in the morning, sun gazing in the evening, conventional medications, that just cause you to go drowsy but do not really resolve the issue. What else? Chamomile, a bunch of other stuff. Homeopathy, you name it, everything. Melatonin as well. Yeah, it did work, but yeah, it didn't resolve the issue. It wasn't managing all of these herbs and even melatonin. By the way, melatonin worked best as long as I used it, but once I stopped using it, my sleep issues returned immediately the next day, or it might even have gotten worse. So yeah, no harm in using melatonin. A short term, a low dose of melatonin, maybe 1 or 2 milligrams. Yeah. That's been my experience. So let's get into the science of how kelp, or the natural iodine that's found in kelp, most likely healed my insomnia. Sleep is induced by melatonin. Melatonin is produced by pineal gland. And guess what's the master mineral for the pineal gland? It's the iodine. Okay. Can you guess the color of iodine crystal? It's kind of purplish, bluish, purplish. Yeah. I immediately made an association between kelp and basically iodine and the pineal gland, and it might actually work because you see, I'm a highly energy sensitive person. I've been through a lot in the past in regards to my energetic disturbances within the body, in terms of the awakening of Kundalini and energy running through my body. So I can feel all the chakras in my body, and the energy is running through them. So what I realized during my insomnia was that the energy that's supposed to connect my pineal glands all the way down to all the 7 chakras, it just was being blocked by something. Maybe it was the iodine deficiency that was being caused by some triggers in the past. And also the heart. I also had heart issues, heart fluttering, and all sorts of issues that were energetically connected. So iodine basically from kelp basically fixed it. More specifically, the brand that I used was from Bloom's. It's called Super Kelp, and let me just get you the bottle. So Henry Bloom's Super Kelp, purplish. Yeah, this is the brand in Australia. You can find it everywhere. I hope they do not discontinue this product, because it's an excellent product. Every other iodine supplement with kelp you find it's either in a tablet form and used with fillers and additives, but this one has no fillers and additives in it. And it actually tastes like seaweed. Off the top of my head, even seaweed might cure it, but I remember having sushi during the whole bout of my insomnia and not been accidentally cured by it, otherwise I would have spotted it. So it's kind of strange. Maybe there's something in this particular capsule more than just the iodine. What a coincidence. Even the coloring on this is purple, So, by the way, amethyst works. Talking about color, amethyst works with insomnia. I mean, it did help me out with insomnia a little bit. So there you go. There is a connection with the purplish color and the pineal gland, because in deep states of meditation, which I can vouch through my own personal experience while meditating, seeing the purplish color, like for every energy centers, you see a different color. So if your pineal gland is or your third eye is which is connected with the pineal gland is very active energetically, you might see the purplish color in meditation. And also, if you're like for every energy center in your body, you might see a different color during your meditation. If you are into meditation and spirituality and that sort of thing. So all of these esoteric sciences to do with the colors and energy centers, they're highly connected, you see. And unfortunately, modern science has no idea. I mean, it's very, very unfortunate that the modern science has a blindfold over its eyes and doesn't give a damn about and doesn't appreciate how much knowledge, how much foundational knowledge is contained in the esoteric sciences of the East, in our Vedic scriptures and everything. So yeah, and these chakra systems can go haywire through short-term poisoning, through whatever you eat or anything else that might be temporary blockages. God knows what issue you might be having might have something to do with the energy blockages that could be cured by a certain food or a mineral that might be lacking. For example, you might have certain heart issues that might be crying out for the lack of certain nutrient, or even the sunshine, vitamin D, whatever. If you are energy sensitive, you might be able to discover it, which is how I discovered it. But I guess not everyone has that luxury. But it's definitely worth it getting into this esoteric science and discovering this. I was very, very lucky. I was very, very lucky to have discovered this, and thank God. I mean, the insomnia had ravaged my life so badly that I probably was starting to look 10 years older than my actual age. And sleep is a healer. And if your sleep is all haywire, that is the worst syndrome. I wasn't able to work. I wasn't able to process any information. My memory, everything was falling apart. So just try it, guys. Give it a go. If you're one of these chronic insomnias who have had insomnia for years and years, 10 years, 20 years, suffering, just designing your whole lifestyle around this limitation, living a very compromised lifestyle. I understand how hard it is because I've been through it. You're never yourself, and it's like one of the biggest curses you can have. So yeah, try the kelp. If you're in Australia, definitely give this brand a try. If you're not, at least try kelp extract or any other natural source of iodine and see how you go. It might as well work for you if your issue is energetic connection of the pineal gland with the rest of the energy systems in the body, and the pineal gland not being able to produce its natural form of melatonin, and and lo and behold, after using this supplement, my energy systems opened up and I could feel a free flow of energy through my head, through my third eye, and all the way down the microcosmic orbit that was being disrupted through God knows what opened up, and the energy started flowing freely, and as a consequence I started sleeping immediately like that. On the very first day it was like immediate. I mean, the effect, I could feel it. Yes. Definitely work on the pineal gland. Sun gazing in the evening helps as well. All these yellow light, blue light blockers, all of them have connections with the pineal gland and how much melatonin you produce, and there is all energetic connections as well. These are all management strategies, but definitely give iodine a try. Remember, very low dose iodine is dangerous when consumed in high doses. So this is a medical disclaimer. I'm not a doctor, so take this with a word of caution. Use only natural form of iodine in kelp. Do not go for the artificial forms. The elemental one have a very powerful kick and poisonous. 5 ml of iodine in the elemental form, local solution, whatever, could kill you. Remember that. 5 mg. So you're playing with fire, my friend. Dangerous chemical. I don't want to be responsible for your death. This is a word of warning. If you take enough iodine, and if you just take 5 ml of legal solution, you'll be hyperdosing yourself on iodine. And especially if you're a child or infant or children, I mean, people have died of iodine overdose. Just look it up, just Google it. It causes acute poisoning. Too much of it. Micrograms. 1 milligram divided into 1,000 parts. Okay? 1 microgram is 1/1000th of 1 milligram. And 1 milligram is probably the size of the tip of your fingernail. The tip of a fingernail is 1 milligram. Divide that by 1,000. That's 1 microgram. Check out the RDA. 50. I think the RDA of iodine might be less than 50 micrograms a day. So don't go above 200-300 micrograms of daily consumption through natural. So this one here contains about 250 micrograms of iodine for a capsule. That's a daily dose. There's a lot of literature around iodine deficiencies and how you can cure it and that sort of thing, and how much you take it, how much you can take it, and lots of YouTube videos of experts talking about iodine and how too much of it can actually cause thyroid cancer, and how you should be very careful and really regulate this mineral. It's not as harmless as taking calcium, which can also be harmful under certain circumstances. Iodine, the master mineral, very potent, that you should be extremely careful with, especially with the dosing. But with the right dose, miracles can happen. Thank you. Yeah, with that, iodine is one of the components of the thyroid hormone, thyroxine, I suppose. And in the mainstream, it's more readily known to be connected to your thyroid rather than your pineal gland. So that's what I'm talking about, is the esoteric side of things. The third eye, iodine, pineal gland, moving the energy through the body and allowing that melatonin production, that connection with the pineal gland. Okay. Thank you. I definitely welcome any comments, any personal experience you might have had with your own journey of health. I would definitely love to read your comments.